Hello and welcome to No Game Given. Today is madvent number 23, Faded Fields. Ooh, I like this one already. I hope this one's long enough to be its own thing. It said, find the crystal in each world. I'm sorry about the screen splitting. My computer can handle VSync, but for some reason, every time NVIDIA updates, it's like, nah, turn VSync off by default. And I don't know how to change that from happening. It gets annoying. Talk about computers. Another reason AI is junk is because it's skyrocketing the price of RAM and other such computer components. Hold on. That was me on Messenger, by the way, not any of y'all watching. I guess because of the VSync, I'll go a little slower. I hope there's more to this game than just this. Find the crystal in each world. If any of y'all haven't heard already, evidently, as a little Christmas present, one of the CEOs of Rare, or previous CEOs, or someone who has the documents, just released what Stop and Swap would have been. For those of you that don't know, the original Nintendo 64 had a feature where it saved to RAM for a full minute or 5 minutes after the system was turned off. So Rare planned on releasing games where you would play through one game, reach an item, save the game, turn it off, swap games, turn it back on, and then have the item in a new game. Feels like I'm getting to the crystal right now. Now, the reason this wasn't implemented was because Nintendo updated the Nintendo 64 in future console versions. So, anyone who bought a newer Nintendo 64 wouldn't have this feature because instead of saving it to 1 minute, it saved for 1 millisecond, which... and of course, these... I'm exaggerating here on the time it saves, but that's basically the length. It's like reasonable amount of time versus unreasonable amount of time. I love the rain. So they decided that they couldn't have a feature in it that other people wouldn't be able to experience, so they decided against it. What Stop and Swap ended up being, in the original Banjo-Tooie, as a reference to it, you bash the cartridges in the hub world instead of receiving the item. Like it had Banjo-Kazooie cartridges in the hub world where the items would have spawned, and you bash the cartridge to get the cheat or the bonus that it would have given. And with the Xbox Live Arcade versions of the games, they kind of do a dummied out version where you get the items in one game and then you put them in the other game and you get the same cheats, but it doesn't do anything with the ice key, which was one of the items. And what that would have done, this one was simple, is it would have functioned with Donkey Kong 64. Ooh. You get the ice key in Banjo-Kazooie after unlocking the option to do it in Banjo-Tooie. So, here's the full process. Banjo-Tooie, go and unlock the option for Stop and Swap. Swap it out. Banjo-Kazooie, go and get the ice key. Stop and swap it. Donkey Kong 64. Put the ice key in the fridge in the hub world. Stop and swap. Banjo-Tooie, get the ice key and put it in the vault where you get like some collectible in the main game originally, but what was planned was instead of whatever that item is, it was going to be a Super Jiggy, and if you collected the Super Jiggy along with every item in Banjo-Tooie, you would have unlocked a blooper reel. And on top of that, there were golden busts of each character to Stop and Swap, with as convoluted a stopping and swapping process that was planned for Banjo Tooie, Donkey Kong 64, and an unplanned sequel Nintendo 64 game. Like one that they didn't even know what it would have been at this point. They just knew that Stop and Swap would reach into it. And each game would have like a dummy area of the area that you get the Golden Bust in. For example, it would have a cutscene in Banjo-Kazooie of Donkey Kong 64's house or wherever the area is. Just like a small cut-off room in that game that looks like the actual bigger level in the main game. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are excited about this, and I think it's interesting. It's a nice piece of history. But I also don't feel like we've lost that much. You know? Like, they still did most of the stuff. The only thing that we're really missing is whatever that unmade Nintendo 64 game would have been. Which they didn't even have that many plans for where Stop and Swap would have been, but we're only missing that and the blooper reel. And with all things considered, I think that's a pretty decent mount that we ended up getting. I like these areas. I was kind of sad at the water one because it was like all brutalism and stuff, but these are nice. I got 2 Christmas parties, one tomorrow and one on Christmas itself. Oh no. Please. Oh, I can jump. Okay. That's good. Again, I'm sorry for the screen tearing. What's this? Oop. Okay. That little area reminded me of another game. A Happy Place. It's one of those creepypasta platformers. I don't have it. I don't know if I'd want to play it or not, because from what I see, it's like so hard. It's... Excuse me, I burped. It looks like one of those so hard it's frustrating ones. And I don't really vibe with those. There is one game, a demo of a game at least, and I don't know if it's actually a demo or if it's already the full game. I hope it's just a demo, but it's like kayfabe. It's a lost demo of a game, you know what I mean? Hedge maze. Crap. Always stick to the right. I saw a video on Fallout where always stick to the right doesn't always work because they explored one maze in one of the vaults. And they ended up having to mark each passageway with a landmine to tell where you have and haven't been. But sadly, we don't have that option here. Should I have gone through that one with the 2? I hope I'm not shooting myself in the foot with this. I am not. Okay, now. Oh, that was easy. This one was simple. And I guess that's the end. Faded Fields by Aaron Bowers. That was Faded Fields. Remember to like and subscribe. Tonight I'll go ahead and record Christmas Eve and Christmases. That way I can go ahead and get it all set and out of the way and upload it tomorrow. Goodbye!